way, speaking of, can I say, I told you this, that Dean Pelton rap is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. I watched it, I swear, at least 30 times. It's so funny. It's so good. The first time I watched it, I didn't even laugh. I just didn't breathe for a while. It's so great.
Yeah. Somebody online tempoed it and put it under a beat, and it's amazing. Aaron played it for me, and Don Diego wrote and I wrote the lyrics overnight one night.
John Diego, you have a Spanish gentleman working for you?
Is that just like your imaginary friend who does rewrites with you?
Hello, Dan.
I'm not alone. Don Diego is here.
Yeah, Don Diego.
Were you asleep at your writing office at night, and a figure emerged in the balcony?
He definitely. We always tease him about that.
Yeah, it's just Dan with a rose in his ear.
John Diego.
But he kind of spat out a bunch of stuff, and in the original thing that he threw out, that it included the whole ending, which is that I didn't want to change. It's just like Barack Obama is scared of me, and I was like, well, okay, we're gonna keep that. Scared of me. But then we sat and kind of nitpicked. And then when I heard it set to the beat, it was like, that's a good rap. It's a funny joke. It's great. I love it as much as everybody.
I just love how quickly it goes south. He gets 2 lines out, and then it's like, what the fuck is that?
Because he wants to do a freestyle rap. I love that character so much because he's like a children's book character. Like to me, that's like the other high point of him is when he comes in and he's half man, half woman because he wants to say that. And then he has this breakdown and goes like, what am I doing? And it's like I've got to fucking cool it. And he runs out, and then he comes back at the end of the episode and goes, you know what? I thought about it, and I had lunch with people who are interested in what makes me tick, and I had the best day of my life. Like he's like the pokey little puppy. Like he's so simultaneously like he represents. Like we equate complexity with the opposite of innocence too much. We think that innocence means purity. And it doesn't. You could be the most complicated, most sexual, most labyrinthine person in the world, and you could still be innocent. You don't have to be a cotton ball that just has no substance to it. I think like, oh, that's that stuff that won't hurt you. That's what innocence means. No, innocence means there's nothing that can hurt you here. This person wouldn't hurt you. He has a river that runs leagues deep underneath him, but he's innocent. And so he stumbles into these situations where he's like, I'm going to do a freestyle rap because you're late. I can't pay you this week. So I'm going to do I'm going to do this freestyle rap where you don't know what you're going to say next. And he starts rapping and he stumbles into the spirit of the street overtakes him. And he becomes a vessel for black anger and disenfranchised youth and has to run out of the room dressed as a peanut bar. It really is the best show ever on TV. It's something else. Well, at least that moment anyway. So we all feel the same way in the writers' room. We like that. And Jim Rash needs whatever, like, I mean, like 50 takes of that because I kept being like, well, yeah, but the camera needs to be on you enough time that
is he doing that rap even when it's not his coverage? Was he like giving it his all?
He's doing he is, but like also the point of the rap is that it like escalates and escalates until he's like screaming. And so he's doing different takes from different angles, and I just kept there are 2 moments when I've almost killed a man on that set. That's one, and the other one is when Leonard, the Richard Erdman, the guy who plays Leonard, his first episode in season 1, he was in a pool and he's treading water. You go through central casting and you order people like so much like off a menu. You go, I need an old guy that can swim. And you get Richard Erdman, who was in Gunsmoke and had his own show and was on Sid Caesar. And you go to his IMDb page sometime afterward and realize I've been physically abusing television history. But in the meantime, I got an old guy that can swim, and he's swimming, and he's just supposed to be treading water in a pool, and Jeff Winger said something, and then he goes what he says busted, but what was it? Jeff goes we're all crazy, not me. And then Jeff says, shut up, Leonard. And there's like this random character, shut up, Leonard. I saw your art project, whatever. And he goes busted. And then he swims away. We're shooting coverage of Leonard, and he's just an old guy that can swim, and we're just making him swim forever. And I'm just like, he's not saying busted right. It's just like another take. And I went to the bathroom early on before I came back, and we did 50 more takes, and then eventually Joe Russo, the director, said he's gonna drown, and I think he got it while you were in the bathroom, on take one, and I think that you've been drowning an old man
for no reason.
For no reason the entire time. I think you're an Egyptian pharaoh in a Mel Gibson movie about just the end of civilization.
But once he drowns, nobody fucks up a take after that.
I look at the rest of the pool and I go, you see that?
Yeah, say busted right.
You see what craft gets you? You follow direction. And so it turned out absolutely he nailed it on the first take. And the rest of the 50 takes, he was just inhaling too much water to get his line right.
Because he's an old man who can swim.
So, that's how I met Leonard, is almost killing him. And that's how the second time I saw him, because we brought him back, and I was like, and it was Jeff and...
This time you're bungee jumping for this scene.
They're supposed to just walk by him, and he's supposed to go Professor Slater says a zinger to Jeff, and then it's supposed to just land on Leonard going, ooh. And he's just there, and they keep going past him, and he keeps going, ho, or ha, or yeah, everything but who. And I go up to him, and he doesn't know who I am. I just go, hey, Richard, hey, could this next take just go who, and he goes. He just looked at me and just fuck you. I got from all of that, fuck you. I didn't know at the time still that he was
Sid Caesar and all that.
I just what I got was fuck you, and I was
Did he know that you were the
Christ.
guy that nearly drowned him the time before?
I think he might have known that, but not that I created the show. I think he was just
that's
this guy
the worst,
murders me.
That's the worst fraction of information to know about.
And I say, I know that face from one place, which is my death. I don't know, but then anyways, who cares?
Great scene.
Yeah. Peanut bar wrap. Thanks. This is the place where you laugh at the peanut bar wrap. Watch Community on Thursdays on NBC. Then tune in to Dan Harmon's podcast to laugh at the peanut bar wrap.
Behind the scenes of the peanut bar wrap.